Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today we're going to talk about the downturn that we had in the market today and then a couple big news items. So looking at the market, we're down to 282 billion market cap. So it's gone down quite a bit in the past week. Bitcoin sitting at $6,582. So this is a 4-hour chart. I haven't changed anything on here from my orange targets. And you can see here again, we broke out of that ascending triangle. We broke down, went through the first target of 7,000. Once we broke that support, and then we kind of went in this channel here, almost like a bear flag, but not quite. But we did break out of this channel, broke to the upside to a high of 69.37. We couldn't hold that. And again, we broke down to the downside again. And then here I have my next target of 6,400, and we've already reached 64.33 as the low so far. So again, if we can't keep this support, then we're looking at near 6,000. So everyone just be careful. You know, Bitcoin has a mind of its own right now. There's a lot of bearish sentiment in the market. So as always, set your stops. And a lot of people, some are looking for a bull run in the near future because we have had so much negative sentiment. People think there is, there will be a bull run pretty soon. So again, just keep that in mind, but be careful because there could still be a lot more downside to come. So just keep an eye on 6,400. If that breaks, then we're going a lot lower. So with that, some big news I want to cover is Coinbase is actually going to list Ethereum Classic. So they announced this 22 hours ago. And if you look here, it's one of the only cryptocurrencies that are up right now. And it's up over 15%. So it's up to $14.78. This was huge news because Coinbase, as you know, barely lists any coins. When they do, there's a ton of traffic on their website. So the coin that they list automatically increases at least 15-20%. So they mention here in their article, it says adding Ethereum Classic support to Coinbase. And it says they're going to add it to Coinbase in the coming months. We're announcing this both internally and to the public, consistent with our process for adding new assets. So, there's a big controversy about when they added Bitcoin Cash. It pumped up at least 100%. Basically, there's some insider trading going on, and it was real sloppy. So now they're making sure to do the process correct. Right now, they're going to begin the engineering work, which is step 4 for Ethereum Classic, and then they'll publicly announce a launch date for trading via their blog and Twitter, which is step 5. So basically, they're going to add Ethereum Classic to Coinbase Custody, which is like for their institutional investors, Coinbase Markets, Coinbase Pro, and Coinbase Prime. And then also Coinbase Asset Management. So again, they're going to have all these different exchanges that they're going to list it on. And then they mentioned that Coinbase, the actual website, is going to be the last place that they're going to list it on. So it says Coinbase will list assets only after they are listed on Coinbase Pro and Coinbase Prime. And for those who don't know, this is GDAX. What I believe Coinbase Pro is what GDAX previously was. And then Prime is for their institutional investors. So after they list it on here, eventually then they'll list it on Coinbase. So again, it's still big news, and most likely we'll be looking at 2 months when they're going to list Ethereum Classic. So it'll probably still, steadily rise. But again, always keep an eye on it and set your stops accordingly. And then also Binance announced that they are adding support for Ethereum Classic BNB trading pairs and Ethereum Classic USDT trading pairs. So that was another reason they announced this probably 30 minutes after Coinbase announced their support, and that continued to rise. I believe it went over almost $16. So again, whenever a coin gets listed on Coinbase, there's definitely going to be some profit to be made there. But last but not least, we're going to cover the EOS news. So those who remembered, EOS, they listed their Block 1 database. They listed that a couple days ago. And then also they were going to have their launch. And they had some problems actually with the voting process. So it says EOS voting issues raise centralization concerns with election now run by one block producer. So it says originally they were going to have 21 block producers, but now they're only appointing 1. And right now it says the original plan after launching the mainnet would be that voting would initially be overseen by 21 appointed block producers, or APBs. Once the voting was completed, which is determined by when 15% of the outstanding tokens have been staked and taken part in the voting, the APBs hand over to the elected BPs. It says, however, this system, which had the benefit of random selection of APBs and a sufficient number to mitigate concerns about centralization and censorship resistance, has been abandoned. And it says instead, just one block producer has been selected to run the election. And this caused a lot of anger in the EOS community, because basically it means if you have just one appointed block producer, then they can choose to omit votes because they control everything. So a lot of people saw this as, being shady, not trustworthy. And another thing is they're talking about the voting when it reaches 15%. We look at here the EOS block producer voting statistics. Only 5.7% have voted so far. The minimum votes required, are 15%. So they still have almost 100 million votes that they need. And there's actually on Twitter, this guy Nicholas Weaver here, he was retweeted a couple times, and he said, "This is hilarious. Because all the EOS tokens were bought by random speculators, they've been unable to hold a vote to decide who gets to be trusted to actually run their system, since the random speculators don't care." And then it talks about if Kraken actually cared, they'd probably have more than enough coins to immediately kick the system into life by voting for or themselves. And basically it talks about they couldn't coordinate how to appoint random 21 initial block producers to run the vote, so that vote's being maintained by a single block producer. May as well have been used a SQL database. So again, not looking good for EOS right now. A lot of confusion in it, a lot of people panicking because they can't get their stuff together. So again, just keep that in mind. Right now, the coin is down over 8%. It's down actually 10.79%. So it's one of the coins with the higher losses today. So again, keep an eye on EOS if you're holding it. Just be careful. Who knows what's going to happen with the voting and everything. If they can get the votes soon, if not, then that one block producer could have more control. So again, just trying to keep you aware of everything. And then also Bitmex did have a tweet on their website that says, "We're aware of a phishing email making the rounds. If you've received a Bitmex beta application email, it's not a valid email from Binance Exchange. Do not click on links in the email or share any information with these fraudsters. Just hit delete." So I guess there's a email that says Bitmex beta application download link here. So do not download any link if you're getting emails for a Bitmex beta application. It's a scam. And again, there's a lot more of these scams going on. I mentioned Bitmain had a scam where they're sending people emails trying to send them Bitcoin for a pre-order of the S11 miner. So again, if something is too good to be true or it seems fake, always be better safe than sorry. Don't click on it, and just do your due diligence. Look on their Twitter, see if anyone's complaining about it. Look on Reddit pages, and just always research beforehand. So with that, that's all I had for today. So if you had any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, thanks for watching.